And hello and welcome to day 5 of the ONTV Food Drive benefiting the Oxford Orion FISH Food Pantry. I'm Joe Johnson, studio manager here at ONTV, and I am joined by Michael Dwyer. Michael, thanks for coming in on the last day.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. 2 days in a row for the food drive. Of course, it's been going on for 5 days.
Yeah.
So that's 10 hours all week long. This is your first time on air this week, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the first time hosting the big reveal. Later on today, we'll reveal the totals that have come in. It's been a lot of fun. Our donations have been coming in. Food has been coming in. So it's been a really energetic and fun week.
Yeah, the van out there, it's more full today than it was yesterday. I dropped off some stuff there. Tracy wanted to get a picture of me putting the food in the truck. You know, she's really good with the camera that way. But yeah, it's more full than it was yesterday, and that's great all week long. Of course, we're one of, 3 locations where people can drop off food, so we still have the donation collection going on at Township Hall right down the street.
The Athletic Center.
Orion Recreational Center. Yeah, so those are in the building locations to drop off. Here, ours is a van in the parking lot, so it's really easy to pull in and drop off. And all 3 are not that far away, so go down to Costco, get 3 cases, drop 1 off at each place.
Yeah.
Do the rounds. We also like the donations that come in this size, green, rectangular. Some of them have numbers on them. We like the ones with 3 digits. You can also write a check. I know I'm overselling it a little bit here, but we're trying to collect money for a good purpose. This is my maybe 2nd or 3rd year helping out with doing this broadcast, and what a great thing this is.
It is, and as Michael said, this is our 5th day. Each day has had a theme. We've had sports, music, and community television and food. And today is our history theme. So
it's right up your alley.
Yeah, exactly. And so prior to today's live segment, we've been showing historical videos on our channel all day. And when we go off the air in a couple of hours, you'll see more of that. And so today's theme is history. We're going to do a couple of segments in a little bit where we're going to be talking about the history of the library. As you may know, that the library is celebrating 100 years this year. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show.
That's fantastic, 100 years.
Yeah. Now, FISH has been serving this community for, I saw a sign at their pantry, 52 years
52
they've been
years, okay.
serving this community. And it's just a great value in this community, helping people that are in need. As Michael said, we do collect physical food, non-perishable food that you can drop off in the van, but we also encourage you to donate online. If you visit ONTV.org, there's a donate button that you can click on. That'll take you to our GoFundMe page, and you could make a donation in any amount. Now, you better be careful. I noticed this morning that the default on that page is a monthly donation. So make sure you tick the boxes to make sure that you're not necessarily not aware of
We'll
what you're
take
donating.
the monthly donation,
we'll take
sure.
it, but we want to make sure you're doing that willingly. And so you can check the box for a one-time donation or a monthly donation. And you have to be careful. GoFundMe has a thing where they encourage a tip, which doesn't necessarily go to FISH, it goes to GoFundMe, and their default is a pretty large amount. So there's a slider that you can click on to adjust that to what you feel comfortable giving as a tip.
Yeah, these online tools are great for doing stuff like this, but we do want to have full transparency, have people understand where their money is going,
sure.
Make sure they're clicking the right buttons, because the money, the food, everything goes to the FISH. We don't get a tip.
Right, no. So everything goes to the food pantry, and it's all volunteers over there, and they do great stuff. And I was there just a couple of weeks ago as they loaded their pantry shelves, getting them stocked for the people who come in and use their services. So, yeah.
And you'll see some sponsor videos today, and while it's too late to sponsor a video, if you're a company, a small business out there, there is time to get in line for next year, as well as the food pantry, Fish, has shelves that you can sponsor. So
Yeah.
contact them, contact us. We'll put you in touch with the right people if that's something you want to do.
Yeah, and you can volunteer your time. Now, like we said, this is our 5th day of our food drive, and a lot of the donations that we've collected during the week have come from community groups, local businesses, and it's been great. It's almost been overwhelming. I think we have a current total. Do you want to reveal our current total
Let's
to
look
see
up
what
at the
we've
board.
collected as of Friday? So we shot past our goal. Our goal at the beginning of the week was $8,000. We're up over $15,000, almost $16,000. It looks like we're going to be passing what we collected last year. And so donations are up this year, and we're really, really grateful to all of those.
Maybe that was a typo. Maybe the 8 was supposed to be 18,000. I think we can get there. We're not too far away.
Yeah. So if you go to Orion ONTV, click on that donate button, you can help get that total up a little bit. And we're really excited that we've reached those kind of numbers, and we're so grateful to the businesses and community groups that have helped make that happen.
Now that live clicking for donating is going to be available even past the broadcast today for a little bit, correct?
Yeah, I'm not sure how long we keep that active, but yeah, if we go off the air today, you can still make donations that'll find their way to Fish, and we'll be rolling over there probably early next week to take all the food donations and the money over to Fish, and they're so grateful to get it from us.
But try to do it in the next 2 hours so that we can have a big grand total at the end to announce to you guys. You might be watching on YouTube or on Facebook right now, but follow those links. Get over to OnTV.org. That will send you to all the right places. And thanks for tuning in today.
Yeah. So we've been having a lot of fun, and the fun's going to continue today. And like I said, we're really grateful for the community groups and businesses that have donated. We've had some donate large amounts, which have made them a full week sponsor. So we roll in their little videos throughout the week. We have daily sponsors, and so we'll accept any amount. I just learned today that our executive director Ian went to go look and see if any donations that were made today, and saw a $5 donation. We'll take $5. We'll take $10. Whatever you're comfortable giving. You don't have to come out in the snow if you don't want to. Go to the site and donate whatever you can to help.
Yeah, it all adds up. It all helps. They do a great job over there, and I view it as kind of insurance. You might be comfortable right now, but there might be a time that you're not. And isn't it great to have something like this to fall back on if that happens in your life?
Yeah. And that's something I talk to people about. Oakland County is one of the wealthiest counties in the nation, not just Michigan, in the nation.
Yeah.
And when you find out that there are people struggling to make ends meet, struggling to put food on the table, the school district has their Blessings in a Backpack program where they found out that there were students going home over the weekend and not eating a meal over the weekend until they come back to school on Monday to have the school lunch. And so they created this program, Blessings in a Backpack. It's shocking to think that this is happening in a wealthy county like Oakland County. So those in need are depending those who have a little bit to give to help them put food on the table.
Yeah, and people tuning in, they might be one of those folks that are in need. Maybe times are a little tough. Maybe you know somebody. So contact Fish. They'll get you in touch with the right people to help you or someone you know.
Yeah. Now, again, like I said, we want to thank our sponsors. We have a little video that we want to roll right now that gives thanks to the sponsors that have helped make this food drive possible this week. Let's take a look.
All of us at ONTV would like to thank our corporate sponsors for their generous donations. Today's portion of the 2026 ONTV Food Drive is brought to you by Madison Heights Plumbing and Heating Supply, located at 719 East Mandolin Avenue in Madison Heights. The family-owned business has been servicing the Detroit metro area for over 30 years. Madison Heights Plumbing and Heating Supply is supporting the food drive for a 4th year and is a 5-day sponsor. In addition to the ONTV Food Drive, they proudly support other charitable events and organizations, such as Toys for Tots, Bottomless Chest, and St. Jude's Children's Hospital. For more information, give them a call at 248-588-4690 or visit the website madisonheightsplumbingsupply.com. Ohana Wealth Advisory, located in Berkeley, Michigan. Ohana Wealth Advisory is returning as a sponsor for their 4th year, and they are a 5-day sponsor. For more information, you can give them a call at 248-246-8080. Meyer of Lake Orion, located at 1107 South Lapeer Road in Lake Orion. Meyer is a year-round supporter of the Oxford Orion FISH Food Pantry, collecting food pantry donations through their Simply Give program. They are a 5-day sponsor of the ONTV Food Drive with a charitable $500 contribution. For more information, visit the website meyer.com. North Oakland VFW Post 334, serving the community and fellow veterans. VFW Post 334 has been a devoted supporter of Oxford Orion Fish for several years. They are a 5-day sponsor of the ONTV Food Drive. For more information about North Oakland VFW Post 334, you can visit their Facebook page at facebook.com/VFW334. You can also check out VFW.org. M3 Investments, located at 990 North Main Street in Royal Oak. Having a plan that is designed around your goals and financial situation can help you successfully navigate the risks you are likely to face. Whether you're just starting out, thinking about retirement, or just retired, Christine can help. For more information about M3 Investments, you can give them a call at 248-543-3400. Brinker Veterinary Hospital, located at 975 South Lapeer Road in Lake Orion. The team at Brinker Veterinary Hospital is dedicated to making sure our local pets are happy and healthy. We here at ONTV thank them for their generous donation to the Oxford Orion Fish Food Pantry. For more information, you can check out their website, brinkervet.com. Lake Orion Sunrise Rotary Club. The club meets in the United Methodist Church at 140 East Flint Street in Lake Orion on the 1st and 3rd Thursday of each month. The Lake Orion Sunrise Rotary Club focuses on helping our community by working with local organizations to help individuals and families in need. They also provide beds to local kids with their program, Beds for Kids. The Rotary Club is a 5-day sponsor of the food drive, helping to stock the shelves at the Oxford Orion Fish Food Pantry. For more information about the Lake Orion Sunrise Rotary Club, you can visit the website portal.clubrunner.ca/3041. Lake Orion Lions Club, serving Lake Orion since 1938. The Lake Orion Lions Club is committed to our community by serving, fundraising, and supporting others. They have been supporting Oxford Orion Fish for many years through donations and other local food drives. This year, the Lions are a 5-day sponsor of the ONTV Food Drive with another considerate donation to fish. To learn more about the Lake Orion Lions Club, you can check out the website, lakeorionlions.org. Gowling Buick GMC, located at 1491 South Lapeer Road in Lake Orion. Gowling is a longtime supporter of the food drive and have given a generous $1,000 donation toward our final goal. For more information, you can visit their website at gowlingbuickgmc.com. Michigan United Credit Union, located at 350 North Park Boulevard in Lake Orion. The full-service financial institution is very active in the community and supports several events and charities. This year, they are a 1-day sponsor with the ONTV Food Drive. For more information about Michigan United Credit Union, you can visit the website michiganunitedcu.org. My Prime Health, located at 1455 South Lapeer Road, Suite 111, Lake Orion. My Prime Health is a returning sponsor of the ONTV Food Drive. They have contributed $200 toward our final goal. For more information about My Prime Health, you can visit their website at myprimebody.com. You can also give them a call at 248-929-0024. Culver's, located at 4963 Interpark Drive North in Lake Orion. Culver's is a longtime partner with the ONTV Food Drive and helps to keep our crew fed. For more information about Culver's, you can visit the website culvers.com. You can also give them a call at 248-276-2222. Haney Farm Bureau, located at 344 South Broadway Street in Lake Orion. The full-service insurance and financial services agency prides themselves in getting to know their neighbors and making sure they are properly protected. They have donated $500 to the Orion FISH Food Pantry. For more information, you can give them a call at 248-464-5219 or visit the website mishfb.com. And Barb's Tea Service. Barb and Chris Gully have been producing their podcast with ONTV since 2024 and have kindly contributed to our 16th annual food drive. For more information about Barb's Tea Service, you can visit the website barbsteaservice.com. You can also check out the podcast on our SoundCloud, ONTV Local Voice.
So again, thanks to all the businesses and community groups that you saw mentioned in that video to help make this possible. Our totals we're pretty much right at what we raised last year, and we're really grateful for those donations. Speaking of donations, we have a man who wears many hats here in this community, a business owner, a historical society board member, and member of the Rotary Club. Jimmy Johnson is here with us right now to make a presentation. What do you got for us, Jimmy?
Yeah, so on behalf of the Lake Orion Sunrise Rotary Club, we are donating $500 towards Orion Fish to push you guys over that $16,000 mark. So we're happy to do that. And, like with the Rotary, we helping children in need. And one of our biggest programs is the Beds for Kids program.
Oh, right.
Helping kids who, surprisingly, there's some kids in the area that either sleep on the floor or they're sharing beds. And this is like one thing that we do that we tilt our hat to.
That's awesome. Now, to make this possible, and thank you so much for bringing this in, but to make that possible, you have fundraisers throughout the year. As a matter of fact, one of your biggest fundraisers is tomorrow. Talk about that.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's our 12th annual ice golf event. So it's 18 holes of fun putt-putt style play through in and out of downtown with foam golf balls. And it's all raising money for like Beds for Kids and scholarships, local scholarships and things like that. Yep, and then we have our biggest one of our biggest ones is our other flagship event is the seafood boil.
Yeah, so that's later than the summer, and I only learned about it fairly recently, within the last few years. And 2024 was the first time I covered it, and I was blown away. So if you've never seen a seafood boil, it's a giant pot that is simmering all day, and they throw in corn, potatoes, sausage, prawns, crayfish, you name it. And then what do? They dump it out, right?
Yeah, they dump it out. Yeah, the Vizina family. We're supporting a children's hospital in Cartagena, Colombia. So we raise money for their emergency room there. But he's from New Orleans, so he flies up all of the fresh seafood that you see. And yes, it is just like that. It's an amazing experience, and it's again, all fundraising for the Children's Hospital.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, and it's on their property, their home. And if you're not into prawns and crayfish, which isn't exactly my thing, they have all kinds of sides, hush puppies, and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
There's people jumping in their pool. It's a
Musical
spectacle.
Entertainment. Yeah, there's entertainment there too, and you can play
silent auction.
You can play some putt-putt. Yeah, so we're lucky they're able to invite us.
How many people get a bowl of this boil?
Oh, geez. Yeah, we have at least over 100 people that just come here and just snack. And it's a couple boils during the day.
They'll dump
one
it
larger,
out
but we'll dump it out again and again until everybody's fed.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite events of the year. It's really cool, and so many familiar faces when you sit down to enjoy the meal. So many people from Lake Orion are there enjoying it as well.
Yeah. So many people, the who's that you would see around the area, they're always there, and it's nice to catch up with people in a different environment, and all for fundraising for a good cause. So
Yeah. Now tomorrow's event, I think, is already sold out, right? So you can't join in, or
we
can
have
you?
3 teams left.
Oh,
As far
really?
as yep.
Oh,
3
I'm
teams
glad
left.
I brought it up.
So 8:30 in the morning is when we start. So at Wine Social, but definitely go online, check out Rotary's Facebook page, and then you can click the link to put a team together of 4.
Bring your own clubs.
You can bring your own clubs. Mostly, you just need one.
Yeah, right. Your chipper,
typically.
maybe.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
putter, maybe.
Yeah, so we got more snow, so we're happy about that, and also doubling with the DDA's Ice
A
Fest.
snow wedge, is that what you need to?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. So it's a hoot. It's a lot of friendly competition, and everybody's bringing their A game and their themes for their team. So we're excited to see what they come up with.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure the Rotary is always looking for new members. How can people get involved with what the Rotary Club's doing?
Yeah, definitely interact with us on our Facebook page. You can direct message us if you're interested, and we meet the 1st and 3rd Thursday of the month, 7:30 in the morning. I know it's early, but you early risers, we're welcoming anybody who wants to pull their sleeves up and help out in the community.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, the Rotary Club's doing great things. You're doing great things in the community. Thanks for the donation. I think that puts us up over last year's totals, which makes it a record for the ONTV Food Drive, the biggest
Good job.
total ever.
Yeah, thanks for being here, and thanks for what you do year round for people like Fish and all kinds of volunteer work, right?
Thank you, and thank you to ONTV for being able to put this whole thing together, and it's something we look forward to every year.
We're happy to do it. And we're not done with Jimmy yet. He's going to join us a little bit later for our history segment. For now, we're going to throw it to a fish video. I was at the pantry just a few weeks ago to talk to their board president and their volunteer coordinator, who told us what fish is all about. And we got to see the shelves being stocked and that sort of thing. So let's go to that video. When we come back, we're going to talk a little library history. That time of the year, the holidays have come and gone. What are things like for the food pantry after the holidays?
We continue to be very busy with 400 active clients, and we average 240 families a month. So it's busy, and donations are continuing to come in, so we're grateful for that post-holiday.
Yeah. Now, I would imagine you get an influx of food over the holiday. Do things slow down a little bit after the holiday as far as donations go?
I think they usually typically do, because during the holiday we have businesses, and it's just on people's minds and schools' minds and everything that there's the holidays are coming and people are gonna be in need, and people just have the giving spirit. But we continue to get quite a few donations this year, so we're happy about that. I think everyone's aware of inflation in their own families, so that makes them think of others.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. How has inflation affected your numbers of people needing your services?
We have more people needing our services, and our families are getting larger because of inflation. They're taking in like other family members to their household, so we have larger, families of 5, 6, 7 plus in a house. Wow. Makes for a full cart of food for sure.
Now, today I see people stocking shelves. How often does that happen, the shelf stock?
Tuesdays and Thursdays every week. We have volunteers from the community. We have some kids from the high school that come in from the loft program. They do it a couple days a week, and so we're really happy that we have a lot of help to stock the shelves for our families.
What can you say to people in the community who are maybe wanting to help out? I'm sure you could always use more bodies.
Yes, we can, and we've had people come in and say, I want to do something. One suggestion we do is do a mini can drive, maybe ask us what we're in need of, and we can give them some ideas, and they can do a mini can drive and then come in and stock shelves. Another thing we have is adopt a shelf. Yeah, we have people that come in from the community, families, scouts, businesses that'll adopt a shelf, like tomatoes or ketchup or peaches, and they come in once a month either with a product or they give monetarily.
That's awesome. What are your big needs as far as donations go? Are there things that you're always having trouble keeping in stock?
What do I want to say, Mary?
Like tuna,
Spaghetti sauces, chunky soups, because
soups go pretty quick.
it's like a meal in a can,
Yeah.
ravioli, spaghetti,
Pasta sauce, spaghetti, boxed pasta, macaroni cheese.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've always heard people say that if you're cleaning out your cupboards and you want to make a donation, donate the stuff you like, not the stuff your family doesn't eat, right?
Correct. Plus, we don't want to get donations that are expired either. Yeah, because we only put current and down the road dates on our products. Yeah.
Sue, how does a family in need reach out to you? How do they take advantage of these services?
Give our office a call. The office people are there 9 to noon, Tuesday through Thursday. But any time they can call, leave a message, and their call will be returned. The office workers will call them back, do a brief needs assessment. If you qualify, they'll make them an appointment to come in and shop.
Talk about that experience of coming in and shopping. I love how this is set up like a corner grocery store. Talk about what a family would experience when they come in to shop.
We try to be very welcoming when they come in. Most faces we recognize, so when there's a newbie, and it'll always say on their new client. And they'll come in, we'll greet them, ask for photo ID to be sure they're in our service area, right? Like Orion Oxford address. And then we give them a reference card, family size of, say, 4, right? So it'll say you can get 130 pounds of total food, 14 of that could be meat, and everything else is this. And we'll take them around and show them all the quantities, shelf limits, and escort them through. If they need additional help, we'll, one of us can walk through with them to help ease the experience. And it seems to be a pleasant experience for most, I think. Yeah, I think usually we get the responses, wow, this is like a store. Everyone's, it's so nice, you have freedom to choose what your family can eat or likes to eat rather than just receiving, a pre-made box.
Right.
So, yeah.
Now, over the last few years at our ONTV Food Drive, our monetary donations far outweigh our food donations. In what ways does FISH benefit from monetary donations?
We can get supplies and food that we need. I know corporate, yeah.
Meyer corporate.
We order pallets of food from Meyer. We get stuff from Gleaners that we have to purchase, so a lot of that money can go toward that, which is very helpful.
So with our food drive just a couple of weeks away, is there anything you want to say to the community to help support the cause?
We just appreciate, we've always had strong support from the community and on TV in particular. People just seem to swarm, and you've put the word out that this is what we do. This is, we do it for years. We're 100% volunteer. Any money that comes in, goes towards either small operational costs, like you say, some utilities, and food. And it's just a huge boost for us. So we thank you. Without community support, we wouldn't be able to do what we do.
Anything you want to add to that? What do you want to say to the community that's been supporting this food pantry?
We're so grateful, and when we have families come in, they definitely tell us how happy and how grateful they are for all the community support, and it makes them feel really good, just knowing that people in the area and their neighbors are helping out.
And welcome to Where Living is a Vacation. I'm Joe Johnson, and I'm joined by Jimmy Johnson. We've collaborated in the past to talk about Lake Orion's history. We've talked about the Scripps Mansion in Canterbury Village and Lake Orion schools and that sort of thing. This segment is a no-brainer because The Orion Township Public Library is celebrating 100 years this year. So a major milestone. And joining us here on set is Library Director Chase McMunn. And from the GFWC is, I want to get this correct, Renee Myron Olympich.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us here today. And the reason we have a representative from the GFWC today is what used to be known as the Lake Orion Women's Literary Club, eventually evolved into the GFWC, but they were instrumental in starting the library in 1926, 100 years ago. What can you tell us about the roots of the GFWC, who also have celebrated 100 years not too long ago, right?
Yeah, our club actually started in Lake Orion in 1914.
Yeah.
And there was a group of women that wanted to be able to do volunteering service in the community, but also wanted to be part of learning. And so that was why the focus on books. And so that came up in 1926. And they said, let's gather up as many books as we can get donated and purchase and have a place where people in the community can actually go and check out a book.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
So from what I've read, based on my research, at one point there was a library had been formed prior to 1926, but there was a fire which destroyed all the volumes, I guess, and there was a period where they didn't have a library until the GFWC started, like you said, collecting books. You had members donate hundreds of books to build that library back up.
Right.
And so the first location was the upstairs of what was Town Hall, which is now Sick Town Hall, the pizza place. Jimmy, do you want to talk about that, the roots of the library in downtown Lake Orion?
Yeah, so, what is now Sick Pizza. At that town hall, you'll see there's a big steeple at the top. It's not there anymore, I believe. But they had like over 2,500 bucks, I believe, and it was starting to sag the floors. It was getting very, very heavy, so like we better find a new location. But that was the site of many things, and this building that's been repurposed over and over.
Yeah, so it was the village offices where they would have village council meetings. They ended up, the village sold that building. Initially it was Lockhart's Barbecue, then it became 313 Pizza, now it's Sick Pizza, and the township offices moved over to the church. But it's amazing to think that the library was on the second floor of that building while they were fighting fires and stuff on the first floor of the building.
Yeah, and the fire station, that being an important spot in that time too, because they used to have somebody upstairs that would just roll a ball. They would stick the note in the ball of where the fire was at and put it down, and that's how they would know downstairs of where the location is for the fire. But that's a side story, but yes.
Yeah, and so then it moved from the town hall to, what was the second location? Was it the house that we were talking about?
The house that we were trying to figure out exactly where it was located on that corner.
Yeah.
Because it was like away, it was up higher and set back from the road. But that was like where the second location was at. I didn't find much information on that building and if that building was still there, but I think you found something.
We have a photo. We'll share that in our second segment a little bit later, but apparently it was located on Flint Street and Lapeer Street, not Lapeer Road, not M24, but Lapeer Street and Flint Street, and there is a photo of that home. You said, who was the original owner of that?
The Hemingway.
Yeah, so when the library moved into what was the Hemingway house at one time, that house was already 100 years old when the library moved into it, which is crazy to think about. And so then they ended up vacating that location for the location on Lapeer Road, right?
Yeah, the location on Lapeer Road where it was like a carpet store at one point, and now it's the Corwell Health.
Urgent care. Urgent care,
Yeah, that location.
So Chase, I believe you're the 7th director at the Orion Library, and I imagine it's hard to follow in the footsteps of those women that came before you, but talk about your experience being a director at the Orion Library.
It's a wonderful experience. So I've been there about 4 years now, and it's a remarkable community to serve. It's so supportive. of our library. And speaking of those past locations, we get a lot of people bringing their kids in now, and they'll tell stories about, oh, when I was a kid, we would be at the branch on Lapeer Street, and that growing up, that's where we went to the library. So there's a strong community showing, and people continue to bring family in, generations after generation. So
Now, you started in 2022, and with the 100th anniversary approaching, I'm sure you had to dig in and then kind of learn a little bit about the library's history. Was there anything surprising or anything that you didn't realize when you were doing your research?
I was a little surprised at how forward-thinking it's always been. It's always looking to improve its services. Right now, obviously, we're living through like rapid technology change. You turn around and everything's changed from the week before, but it's sort of always been the case at the library. We started with a few hundred volumes of just books, and first they evolved to serve women and children, and as time went on, we added more and more different collections, adding technology. We were really early adding computers back in the late 80s. We added internet services and remote reference back in the 80s. In the 90s, we got our first website. So it's always been an organization with its eye on the future.
Yeah, yeah. Now, with the 2026 arriving, you have a lot of events planned at the library for the year. The first one I attended, which had an incredible turnout, was sort of the kickoff of the year of events you have planned, but also the opening of a time capsule. Talk about that.
Yeah, we had an amazing turnout that day. Standing room only in our meeting room. And the weather was not great.
Right.
It was dangerous planning an event in January. But we were really happy with the number of people that showed up that day. So I was able to read a letter from Linda Sickles, who was library director from the early 80s up until 2012, I think is the year she retired. So 31 years director of the library. She wrote it to the director of the library, that would be celebrating 100 years. So I was able to read that out loud, and she talked a lot about her time at the library, what's changed since she's been there, and sort of what problems she thought we might face in the next few years. And she was spot on with a lot of things, actually. So we have that letter in there, and then the time capsule, when we opened it, it had a lot of cool ephemera, from the 90s when they put it together, old computer mice. It was funny because they tried to encapsulate their website, which was clearly, it was new-ish for them. They had just done a new one, and they tried to put it on a CD-ROM. And you open it up, one, none of our computers have CD-ROM drives anymore, and two, websites don't really work that way, trying to open it up on a CD. So, but it is fun to see all the old thing. And they also had some old newspaper clippings from events that happened that year, and notably 2001, there was some reflection over 9/11 and
Right.
some of the more somber things that happened that year. But overall, it was fun looking through all the past things that they put in there.
Yeah, it's only been 25 years, but it's amazing how much has changed in 25 years. Like you said, with the technology, I had somebody reach out to me just yesterday saying, do you have the means to digitize an audio cassette? And I'm like, I don't think we have a cassette player here at ONTV. And I mean, it wasn't that long ago we were listening to audio cassettes, and now it's almost impossible to find a player. So very quickly does technology get obsolete and outdated.
Yeah, I mean, it's really true. Even something that we still use today, like a mouse, the difference between what it looked like, the one in the time capsule versus the one that we'd be using now. But as a plug for the library, if you do have a cassette tape or a video cassette, we have a media conversion station in our makerspace.
Yeah.
So you can still play it and convert it so that you can store it on your computer, and then you'll be able to watch it in the future.
I've used that. I've actually used that. I have my parents have some old cassettes that they want to transfer digitally, and I'm like, there's got to be a way.
Yeah.
Yep, library had the solution.
There you
Easy.
go. I'll recommend that to my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you have some events planned for 2026. This isn't just a one-day celebration; it's a year-long celebration. What do you have planned for 2026?
Well, we have a lot of programming focused on the idea of the centennial. So, in addition to sort of regular programming, we have the first third of the year is focused on the past. So, that's what we're celebrating right now. And then the middle part of the year, it'll sort of be a focus on the present. And then the last part of the year, we'll try to focus on the future of the library and what it could look like. So some of the larger events, we have a really big celebration scheduled for May 1st. That's our birthday celebration party. If you're interested, we did just put it on our event calendar. And we're inviting people to come celebrate the library, get to know us a little better, and just have a really fun night. And then over summer reading, the whole summer reading program is going to be centennial themed. So kids will be able to make giant foam candles and put it in the front yard. So we're looking for 100 candles out in front of the library, not actually on fire. we know not to mix libraries and fire. And we'll have a big family picnic in the middle of the summer, and hopefully we get a really good turnout for that.
And you're going to fill a new time capsule, you think?
Yes. Yeah. So if you go to our website, we already are taking some notes. That was one of the things that was in the time capsule we opened was notes from patrons of the time. So we'd really like to get people's feedback from that. And if you have an item that think really encapsulates our current time, you can bring that in and we can include it in our new time capsule that we'll store away on our wall and they can open it in 25 years.
I've already donated an item.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
I donated a flash drive that has the most recent time capsule opening. Then I also included video of our 2025 year in review. It looks back at all of 2025. And so hopefully that'll go in the time capsule, and in 25 years, hopefully they won't stare at it and go, "What's this? How do we get the video off of this?" So, Renee, tell us more about the GFWC. I mean, we mentioned that it helped get the library up and going, but what is the mission? What is the role of the GFWC?
We focus primarily on volunteering for different organizations. We do fundraisers for Haven in Pontiac, the women's domestic abuse facility. We do food drives for FISH. We've donated to there. Every year, at the end of the year, we have to do reporting on what we've done. So I just finished our reports at the end of January, and we had an amazing amount of statistics. I don't recall them at the moment. I'm drawing a blank, but I know from last year at the end of the reporting, the clubs get to take all of the information across the country and international, and all those statistics actually go to Washington, to our representatives, and all those women from all the country, these statistics show what it is that is important to the women and to the people of the United States. So, yeah.
You're playing a great role in the community.
Right.
Do you depend on fundraisers and things like that?
We
or-
do.
Yeah.
Garage sales, selling baked good items, donations. One of the things that the Lake Orion chapter does is we do give scholarships to the Lake Orion seniors. We give an arts and academic, and this year we're actually going to do a scholarship for the trades. So if anyone wants to go to a trade school, there will be a donation, a scholarship for that. And so we always go to the honors night that the high school has and give out our scholarships. And it's so much fun to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of neat looking at the list of names in those early years when the library was founded. There's some kind of historical names that jump out at you, isn't
Reading the names like Griggs, Mrs. A.L. Griggs, like the Griggs Pharmacy and the store in downtown Lake Orion, the Lessiter family, they were there too. They had the big farmhouse over on Baldwin there. It had a ton of farmland. So, yeah, looking through all these names, I'm like, wow, I don't see many names with Lessiter or Griggs around there. Like, they've got to be related. So, yeah, they are. The lineage is strong here, the generations.
If you look at some of our original booklets for the GFWC, the members on there, it is a who's who of
Sure.
Lake Orion history. You can say, oh, that street's named after this person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
When I was doing my research, I stumbled onto some really neat little historical tidbits, and you guys will get a kick out of this. So when the library moved out of the home that was at Lapeer Street and Flint Street, it moved into the home of Vincent Brown. Now, that name jumped out at me because as I was doing my research, Mrs. Vincent Brown, his wife, was the first person, if not one of the first person, to report seeing a dragon on the lake in Lake Orion.
Oh, yeah, that's I, yes.
Yeah, and she's mentioned by name as telling people I saw a dragon on the lake, and that became the origins of the legend of the dragon on the lake that over time grew bigger and more fierce and ended up giving us the high school mascot, the Lake Orion Dragon. So I thought that was a really neat tidbit to discover as I was researching the history of the library moving. So so you can share that with your staff. And
Have some dragon lineage too.
Exactly. So,
Well, we really love, from the Orion Historical Society, we love that that's our home, and I was reading through your great displays that you have inside, timelining everything that, 1994 was our first meeting there, and like, oh wow, it's good to read about that, knowing that we've been alive that long.
yeah, James Ingram was instrumental in getting the Historical Society up and going.
He's got his own room.
Yeah.
Our historical room.
Now there's some talk about that room getting moved into a different room. I heard something recently that the historical room might get moved, but we won't get into all that minutia. But we're going to take a little break now. We're going to go to some videos, talk more about fish, but a little bit later we're going to come back. I have a PowerPoint presentation about the timeline of the history of the library and some videos that we can play, so we'll be back in a little bit for that. For now, we want to thank some more of our sponsors. A couple that produces a podcast right here at ONTV, Barb's Tea Service. They were generous enough to make a donation to the food drive. And then Michigan United Credit Union, which is on Lapeer Road over by Walgreens there. They made a donation this year as well. So we wanted to thank them with a video to spotlight them and showcase what they do here in the community. So we'll go to that right now. We here at ONTV would like to thank Barb and Chris Gully of Barb's Tea Service for helping to sponsor ONTV's 16th annual food drive benefiting Oxford Orion FISH Food Pantry.
Welcome, tea friends. This is Barb Gully from Barb's Tea Service, and today we're kicking off our first podcast. But first, tea, courtesy ONTV Studios.
Barb and Chris began producing their podcast in March of 2024 and have since produced 65 episodes covering topics like tea etiquette, tea tasting, and tea customs around the world, as well as Downton Abbey, Jane Austen, Bridgerton, and the Gilded Age. All of their podcasts can be found on SoundCloud and YouTube. For more information, visit barbsteashop.com or you can call 248-840-4356.
I want to thank my very special guest today, Arm Candy and technical aide, Chris Gully. Thank you, Chris.
You got it.
And thank you all for listening again, and we will appreciate you staying tuned.
Very good. Okay.
Michigan United actually is the combination of 4 credit unions. It was Birmingham Bloomfield Credit Union, Metro North Credit Union, Lakes Community Credit Union, which was this building in Lake Orion, and Unity Credit Union in Macomb County. We all came together in about a 3-year period, starting at the end of 2019 and kind of finishing up in 2021.
1, 2, 3. Yay!
The benefit of a credit union over a bank is that you are a member of the credit union, opposed to a customer of a bank, which means our board is all volunteers. of members. We vote those board members into their positions, and any member can actually run for position on the board. In addition to that, because you're a member, we kind of share the profits of the credit union. What I mean by that is we offer a little bit more of on deposits. You can earn a little bit more on your deposits, and you have better loan rates as opposed to a traditional bank, because they have to kind of give all that stuff back to shareholders. One of the credit union's missions, and this is industry-wide, but we hold this dear at our credit union, Michigan United, is community give back. And we feel that being a part of the community is something that helps us all succeed and win. And we want to be a strong community partner, and that is one of our core values. And I've seen this community grow and pitch in to help their neighbors and neighboring communities, and it's been over that 16 years, I've seen this community just explode with growth and kind of helping each other out in good times and bad times. So it's been a very positive experience, and I'm glad that Michigan United is able to help. And now that we're a little bit bigger than we were when we were Lakes, we have a lot more resources at our disposal to sponsor different events through the chamber or sponsor different events downtown. So that really makes me feel proud to work for an organization like that.
Coming up on today's LOAM, downtown Lake Orion gets icy this weekend.
We traveled to Germany for this month's edition of Around the Globe.
And Isaac Blackman tackles the big Super Bowl matchup with another episode of LOIQ.
Don't try to fumble with that remote,
because this one's going to be a touchdown.
This is LOAM. What's up, LO? Today's February 6th, 2026. I'm Dylan Lindbergh.
And I'm True Major.
Today's the final day of the ONTV Food Drive, benefiting the Oxford Orion FISH Food Pantry. We welcome everyone watching live throughout the community on Orion Neighborhood Television. Valentine's Day is 1 week from tomorrow, and DECA is selling candy grams during lunches all next week, leading up to the holiday. You can write a message to someone you care about, surprise them with a sweet treat. Candy grams cost from $1 to $3. All proceeds go towards the Muscular Dystrophy Association. The candy grams will be delivered at the end of the day next Friday. Look for their table at lunches next week.
Looking for a fun way to spend winter weekend? Lake Orion's annual Ice Fest runs from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. tomorrow in the village of Lake Orion. You can watch live ice carving, view incredible pre-made ice sculptures, watch golfers play on frozen streets, and more. There are also activities for kids, including a Jack Frost scavenger hunt and a storybook stroll throughout downtown. This is done with partnership of the Orion Township Public Library. This year's Ice Fest also hosts a brand new chili cook-off, where 8 restaurants from Lake Orion will compete to see who makes the best chili.
2 new school organizations debut next week. The first is called Peer to Peer. They hope to provide social opportunities for all students. They want to help everyone recognize the strengths and embrace the differences of all people. Peer to Peer is open to all LOHS students. They meet starting next Wednesday at 2:45 in room B253. The advisor is Ms. Hagerman and Ms. Stormer.
Another new group starting next week is the Mock Trial Club. The club is designed to introduce students to the structural and procedural of the courtroom through simulation trials. Members will have the opportunity to develop skills in public speaking, analytical thinking, collaboration, and legal reasoning. No prior experience is required. All students are invited to join. Their first meeting is next Thursday after school in the LC. Feel free to reach out to Mr. Snyder if you have any questions.
Our monthly segment called Around the Globe introduces you to international students who attend LOHS. We highlight a different country each month. Today's segment features international exchange students from Germany.
Hi, I'm Tia. I'm from Germany. I'm a sophomore. With my host family, I went to Frankenmuth, so that was really fun to see like the American version of Germany. And then I think I'm gonna join track for the spring season, and otherwise I just like to go to the mall or hang out with friends. So in my school in Germany, it's a little different because our high school is from 5th to 12th grade, and I'm on a pretty small school. So we have, I think, 500 students in total for all those grades. So this is very different. It's really fun to have like so many classes to choose from here. In Germany, you have just like a set of classes that you have to take. You can't choose any electives.
My name is Kilian. I'm from Germany, Stuttgart. I played football and it was really fun. School in Germany is like different because we have a different schedule every day, so not the same subjects. But yeah, the daily life is pretty much the same. Like normally just work out and go to school, hang out with friends. That's normally like what I do here or in Germany.
I'm Annalena. I'm a junior. I am from Germany in Munich. I did cross country here and I'm planning to join track team. And I like the country actually. America is pretty and I've been to Florida and Texas before and just thought the people were nice and just wanted to see more what life, the average daily life here is like, which is pretty much different from my own.
Hey, I'm Jacob Wiesenbecker. I'm from Germany, northern Germany. I'm a junior and in Germany I'm in 11th grade too, so junior too. Germany, we have like for your 16th birthday, where like your friends do like a bed sheet and they write your name on it, and for each letter for your name, they try to find like a word that describes you. And then you get like flour, they dump flour over your head, so I think that's kind of fun. Cool here because like most of the friends can drive, so you don't need to take the bus. So it's like more flexible. Then you can go to like Top Golf. That's a fun activity I like to do with friends.
Stay tuned for our next segment in March, where we will showcase our next set of international exchange students.
Now it's time to throw it over to David with sports.
Thanks for the pass, Drew. On today's sports segment, we have a recap of how the freshman boys basketball team is doing and some information on some big matches coming up. This one's going to score. Stay right there. The brand new auxiliary gym had one of its first ever games played by the freshman boys basketball team against Troy on Monday. Leo Castle has the highlights.
Tuesday, the boys freshman basketball team faced off in the new Ox Gym against the Colts of Troy. Dragons coming off a tough Oxford opponent, coming into this game strong and ready for another win.
So far, so well. Our record right now, we're 12-3. We started out a little shaky in the beginning of the season, but the boys are very hard-working. They're very eager, very much ready to learn. So the last, I'll say, 2 months that we have had, the boys really turned it around. Not just on the court, but off the court. Done things where watching film, learning how to get better. And then just about a day-to-day practices, taking it in and out. We took our practices seriously, so we're on a, I want to say, 11-game winning streak right now. So I'm just very much proud of the boys. They're working their butts off, and this is just a testament of their work. Very well. I mean, Troy is a very good program. They got good size, good speed, matched up wise against us. I think we handled it very well. The boys are very, very much used to pressure, so I'm glad that they were able to handle it very well. So we just continue to keep stacking it up and going on to the next one.
I think we started off a little bit slow, but towards the end, we down and just do what we could to get the win. I think my three-point shooting I could definitely work on. I mean, I had a couple attempts wide open and I missed. So.
For WDBC, I'm Leo Castle.
The final score was 66-56. The freshman team fell to Rochester Adams last night, bringing their record to 12 wins and 4 losses. The freshman boys' next game has them traveling to Waterford Mott next Tuesday. Best of luck, Dragons. Tonight is a big night for the sports teams of Lake Orion, with their first matchup having the varsity Lady Bowlers facing off against Waterford Mott at Collier Lanes at 3:30 p.m. Later, the varsity wrestlers hit the mat with a meet at the high school tonight at 5, and the boys' swim team makes waves at 5:30 at Royal Oak High School. But tonight, our lady basketball players have not 1, not 2, not 4, but 3 games against Rochester, with the freshmen, JV, and varsity girls each having a game against them. These girls are at 4 p.m., 5:30, and 7 p.m. respectively, and they will all be at Rochester High School. Best of luck to all of our teams competing tonight. That's it for today's LO Sports Report. For WDBC, I'm David Pavlich.
As you probably know, the Super Bowl is this Sunday night at 7 p.m., where the Seattle Seahawks take on the New England Patriots in the most watched live event of the year. And it's the focus of this week's episode of LOIQ. Here's Isaac Blackman.
What's up, Lake Orion? My name's Isaac Blackman, and I'm here with Vincent Ronconi on our game show, LOIQ. Since the Super Bowl is coming up this upcoming Sunday, I wanted to ask you some questions about the big game. Before we start, here are your prize options. If you get 1 question correct, you win a free cookie or popcorn from the school store. If you get 2 correct, you get a free snack or drink from the LC. And if you get 3 correct, you win a free pizza from Chicago Brothers or Jets Pizza. Are you ready, Vince?
I'm ready. Yes, sir.
All right. 4 teams have never made it to the Super Bowl, but 1 team has made it to the Super Bowl more than any other. For your first question, do you know which team has made it to the big game the most amount of times?
100%.
A, the Detroit Lions, B, the Kansas City Chiefs, C, the Seattle Seahawks, or D, the New England Patriots?
It's D, 100%. Let's go. 1 for 1, baby.
You say D?
Yeah. 100%.
That's correct. It's the New England Patriots, who've made it to the Super Bowl 11 times, which doesn't include their 12th appearance coming up this Sunday after winning the AFC Championship. So far, with their 11 appearances, they have a record of 6-5 in the big game. For your next question, can you tell me which Super Bowl we're coming up on? A, Super Bowl 58, B, Super Bowl 60, C, Super Bowl 32, or D, Super Bowl 75?
Super Bowl 60, it's B.
That's correct.
Boom. Come on.
Super Bowl 60 with the first ever Super Bowl taking place in 1967. And last year, the Kansas City Chiefs played against the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 59. Philadelphia came out on top. But can you tell me the score of that game? A, 7-3, B, 40-22, C, 17-11, or D, 33-21?
It's between 2. I'm just going to go with B. I think it's B.
That's correct!
Boom! Let's go.
40-22, with the score being 24-0 at halftime with the Eagles in the lead. And this win was their 2nd Super Bowl win of all time. You got all 3 questions correct for the first time all year. Yes. This is big news, which means you get a free cookie. Or no, you don't. You get a free pizza from Chicago Brothers or Jets Pizza. Is there anyone you'd like to shout out today, Vince?
I'm going to shout out Mr. Schultz, great teacher, Mrs. Dunn too, and I'm going to shout out Gerardo for putting me on the show.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Vince. Thank you for watching. For WDBC, I'm Isaac Blackman.
Dylan, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
I'm going to go with Drake May, and the New England Patriots to lock up their 7th Super Bowl win. How about you, True?
I'm going to take the Seattle Seahawks to avenge their Super Bowl 49 loss against the Patriots and get their 2nd Super Bowl win as a team. Your seniors of the day are Ella Boger,
Nicholas Kierheg,
Faith Lloyd,
Christina Sierra,
and River Smith. On Tuesday's LOAM, another edition of Alumni Segment,
and a recap of Wednesday's signing day.
Have
a football Friday, LO.
They do a great job over there at the high school.
Man,
Roger
the
Smith and
energy,
his
so
students,
much
yeah.
fun.
Yeah. How'd you do on the quiz?
You know, I'm not a sports fan, but I knew the Patriots, and I probably would have got the 60th.
Yeah.
Because it's just out there, right? You can't but help absorb what's going on in the world. But I had no idea what the score was.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
If you told me I was 1-2, I don't know.
I always remember the year of the Super Bowl because I'll be turning 60 this year, so it's easy to remember that the Super Bowl started when I was just a wee lad. So.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
We are now in our second hour of the ONTV Food Drive.
That's right, in the last hour of the drive.
The final hour of the food drive. And we'd like to thank all of our sponsors that have made it possible. The donations have been coming in all week to support the Orion FISH Food Pantry, who do great things in the community to help get meals on the table of local families. And there's so much going on over there, and we're trying to do what we can to help support that. As you may know, one of the reasons that we choose this time of the year is that the food pantry gets an influx of donations throughout the holidays. Everyone's feeling generous during the holidays, but then there's a bit of a lag between the holidays and the post office food drive, the Stamp Out Hunger food drive in May. And so the pantry shelves get a little light this time of the year. So that's why we chose this time of the year to have a food drive here at ONTV. And if you want to, here's some of their needs that they have on their website. Again, any canned or boxed products they'll appreciate. But some of the needs, some of their popular items are canned chicken, canned tuna, canned soup, fruit, pasta, chili, of course. Those are some of my favorite things. Bagged potatoes, boxed potatoes, canned stew, broth always comes in handy, and of course any non-perishable food item.
Non-perishable, and remember yesterday, Alana said, don't forget some of the toiletries and other things you would think of that you would need. So for men, for women, for children, think of some of these things that you would need to get through daily life.
Yeah.
And those items are welcomed as well.
Now, we always say this, like I said, some of the things you see on the list there are some of my favorite items that I keep in my pantry. Donate the stuff that you enjoy, because the families will enjoy them too. You don't have to dig in the back of your pantry to say, okay, what didn't my kids like? I'll donate that. What are some things you like to keep in your pantries?
Well, the old saying for the end of the world is bullets and beans. I have no need for bullets. So I do have beans and some soups. And it's funny, when I went to Costco to buy a case to make a donation, it was sitting on my kitchen counter, and I'm like, it was maybe Wednesday night before I came in. I'm like, I'm a little hungry. I'm looking at this case of soup. I'm like, this soup looks good. And I was like, nope, I gotta drop off the whole case. I can't have one can missing. But that's what I did. I bought what looked good to me, and it was something with chicken in it, because you want something with a protein, and something yummy with some vegetables. And this time of year, though, those stews, the chicken soups, the chili, that all sounds good, right? Something that is nourishing and warm. That's probably what flies off the shelf this time of year.
Yeah, and I don't cook for myself as much as I used to, so I keep my shelves, my pantry stocked with chilies and soups. So, on a cold winter weekend, it's nice to have a hot soup or hot chili and sit down and watch football or watch a movie. So that's what I keep in my shelves.
Yeah, so it's certainly easy to do, and I know we both are single men living alone, and it's hard to cook a whole meal for one person.
Right.
So, but
these cans of food can help one person or a whole family.
Yeah. Now, if you want to, what do we? Oh, if you're in a food emergency situation, you need to reach out to Fish. Their phone number there is 248-628-3933, or you can visit their website for more information, oxfordorionfish.org. But if you find yourself in a food emergency situation, maybe we've had families lose their homes in a fire or something like that, Fish is there to help you out. So don't hesitate to reach out to them.
And people that are truly in need, I find, are reluctant to make these phone calls. Right? First of all, maybe they've never experienced this before, so they need somewhere to go. They don't know where to go. So pay attention to your family and your friends and your neighbors, and see if something has changed in their life. Maybe you need to call this number and see how you can help them.
Yeah. And again, we accept food donations and monetary donations. You can go to Orion, ONTV.org to click on the donate button, which will take you to our GoFundMe page, and you can make a donation of $5, $10, $20, whatever you can afford, and help us get to our final tally today.
It all adds up, and I know we've surpassed our goal, but we want to make that goal even bigger for next year, because goals are something you want to try to achieve. So it's not too late to click often, drop stuff off at the 3 centers that we've put up on the screen several times. And I know that the locations and the donation buttons will be live even after the broadcast for a little bit. But click it now so we can have that big reveal at the end.
Yeah, and you can see that number at the top of the screen there. We've already passed last year's total, and we're hoping to blow past that. And a big reason that we were able to achieve that total is the donation of local community groups and businesses, and we'd like to thank them now for their generous contributions over the past, not this past week, just this past week, but in the weeks leading up to the food drive, we had donations coming in. So here's a video to show our gratitude to the corporate sponsors, as we call them, who've helped us achieve our totals this week.
All of us at ONTV would like to thank our corporate sponsors for their generous donations. Today's portion of the 2026 ONTV Food Drive is brought to you by Madison Heights Plumbing and Heating Supply, located at 719 East Mandolin Avenue in Madison Heights. The family-owned business has been servicing the Detroit metro area for over 30 years. Madison Heights Plumbing and Heating Supply is supporting the food drive for a 4th year and is a 5-day sponsor. In addition to the ONTV Food Drive, they proudly support other charitable events and organizations, such as Toys for Tots, Bottomless Chest, and St. Jude's Children's Hospital. For more information, give them a call at 248-588-4690 or visit the website madisonheightsplumbingsupply.com. Ohana Wealth Advisory, located in Berkeley, Michigan. Ohana Wealth Advisory is returning as a sponsor for their 4th year, and they are a 5-day sponsor. For more information, you can give them a call at 248-246-8080. Meyer of Lake Orion, located at 1107 South Lapeer Road in Lake Orion. Meyer is a year-round supporter of the Oxford Orion FISH Food Pantry, collecting food pantry donations through their Simply Give program. They are a 5-day sponsor of the ONTV Food Drive with a charitable $500 contribution. For more information, visit the website meyer.com. North Oakland VFW Post 334, serving the community and fellow veterans. VFW Post 334 has been a devoted supporter of Oxford Orion Fish for several years. They are a 5-day sponsor of the ONTV Food Drive. For more information about North Oakland VFW Post 334, you can visit their Facebook page at facebook.com/VFW334. You can also check out VFW.org. M3 Investments, located at 990 North Main Street in Royal Oak. Having a plan that is designed around your goals and financial situation can help you successfully navigate the risks you are likely to face. Whether you're just starting out, thinking about retirement, or just retired, Christine can help. For more information about M3 Investments, you can give them a call at 248-543-3400. Brinker Veterinary Hospital, located at 975 South Lapeer Road in Lake Orion. The team at Brinker Veterinary Hospital is dedicated to making sure our local pets are happy and healthy. We here at ONTV thank them for their generous donation to the Orion FISH Food Pantry. For more information, you can check out their website, brinkervet.com. Lake Orion Sunrise Rotary Club. The club meets in the United Methodist Church at 140 East Flint Street in Lake Orion on the first and third Thursday of each month. The Lake Orion Sunrise Rotary Club focuses on helping our community by working with local organizations to help individuals and families in need. They also provide beds to local kids with their program, Beds for Kids. The Rotary Club is a 5-day sponsor of the food drive, helping to stock the shelves at the Orion FISH Food Pantry. For more information about the Lake Orion Sunrise Rotary Club, you can visit the website portal.clubrunner.ca/3041. Lake Orion Lions Club, serving Lake Orion since 1938. The Lake Orion Lions Club is committed to our community by serving, fundraising, and supporting others. They have been supporting Orion FISH for many years through donations and other local food drives. This year, the Lions are a 5-day sponsor of the ONTV Food Drive with another considerate donation to fish. To learn more about the Lake Orion Lions Club, you can check out the website, lakeorionlions.org. Gowling Buick GMC, located at 1491 South Lapeer Road in Lake Orion. Gowling is a longtime supporter of the food drive and have given a generous $1,000 donation toward our final goal. For more information, you can visit their website at gowlingbuickgmc.com. Michigan United Credit Union, located at 350 North Park Boulevard in Lake Orion. The full-service financial institution is very active in the community and supports several events and charities. This year, they are a 1-day sponsor with the ONTV Food Drive. For more information about Michigan United Credit Union, you can visit the website michiganunitedcu.org. My Prime Health, located at 1455 South Lapeer Road, Suite 111, Lake Orion. My Prime Health is a returning sponsor of the ONTV Food Drive. They have contributed $200 toward our final goal. For more information about My Prime Health, you can visit their website at myprimebody.com. You can also give them a call at 248-929-0024. Culver's, located at 4963 Interpark Drive North in Lake Orion. Culver's is a longtime partner with the ONTV Food Drive and helps to keep our crew fed. For more information about Culver's, you can visit the website culvers.com. You can also give them a call at 248-276-2222. Haney Farm Bureau, located at 344 South Broadway Street in Lake Orion. The full-service insurance and financial services agency prides themselves in getting to know their neighbors and making sure they are properly protected. They have donated $500 to the Orion FISH Food Pantry. For more information, you can give them a call at 248-464-5219 or visit the website mishfb.com. And Barb's Tea Service. Barb and Chris Gully have been producing their podcast with ONTV since 2024 and have kindly contributed to our 16th annual food drive. For more information about Barb's Tea Service, you can visit the website barbsteaservice.com. You can also check out the podcast on our SoundCloud, ONTV Local Voice.
And again, thank you to our sponsors who help make these fantastic totals possible during this week. We'll announce the final tally a little bit later as we wind down our second hour of today's ONTV Food Drive. Today's theme is history, so we want to welcome you back to Where Living is a Vacation. I'm Joe Johnson, studio manager here at ONTV, and once again I'm joined by Jimmy Johnson with the Orion Historical Society And we are talking about the 100th birthday of the Orion Township Public Library. It's had a long journey in various locations, and we want to talk about that today and celebrate the library.
Now, what would you give the library for their 100th birthday? When you would go to a library birthday party, what would you give them?
What is it? A diamond? Is it gold? I don't know what that is, but now I've done some research over the past month or so, and I found out that the library was going to be celebrating their birthday, and I found out that a township library was organized early in 1859, if you can believe it, but it was destroyed by fire in May of that same year. As far as records indicate, no attempt was made to rebuild it until 1926, 100 years ago this year, when the Lake Orion Ladies Literary Association, now the Lake Orion Women's Club, or GFWC, laid the foundation for the present library that we all enjoy today. Now, it's interesting, in 1915, years before the official start, the Lake Orion Ladies Literary Club Library was registered with the Michigan State Library in Lansing, later becoming the GFWC. So Michigan was aware of a Lake Orion library as early as 1915. But it wasn't officially dedicated as a library until 1926. So it became the Orion Township Public Library when it had its beginning. And let's do this. So let's go to our PowerPoint presentation. You see the library on Joslyn Road as it stands today. I love this shot with the school bus rolling up to the library, because you think about that relationship that the library has with the schools. I know when I was young, if I had a book report or an essay I had to write, I was there at our local library. So,
That's the way it was done back then.
Exactly.
You had to do your research at the library.
And you can do AI today.
And now you can do AI.
So that's as the library as it stands today. There is the Lake Orion Ladies Literary Association. That is a photo of that group in I don't know whose home that is behind there, but I know that Griggs, which you mentioned in our last segment, was specifically mentioned as appearing in that photo. So what I have here is the Lake Orion Women's Club, under the direction of President Nora Lessiter, set up a library committee consisting of Mrs. A.L. Griggs, who's in that photo. She was the chair. Of course, Miss Lillian Lessiter, Mrs. H.B. Flumerfeld, I hope I'm pronouncing these correctly, Mrs. Esther Mead, and Mrs. Marion Kelly. Although the club had maintained a library since 1915, a donation of at least 500 fiction and reference books by Mrs. Osceola Pooler caused the collection to be moved from one of the members' homes, which might be the home in that photo, to Town Hall, what later became Village Hall. The first library board, serving from May 1st, 1929, had as members Mrs. Flumerfeld, who we mentioned earlier, Mrs. Griggs, Lessiter we mentioned, Mrs. Morgan, her name was Bernice Seipel, Jesse Griffin, and Dr. Henry Powers. In the spring of 1928, township residents voted to levy a tax for library support, which took effect in 1929. In 1940, the library board approved the purchase of the old Max Weichman house. Now here's, oh wait, we jumped right past this. So initially, before moving over to the Weichman house, they were in the second floor of Town Hall, and I dug up these cool old photos of what is now Sick Pizza, Sick Town Hall. They incorporated the name into it. But here's that building over decades that show a horse-drawn firefighting wagon, you know, and then later firefighting units that operated out of that building. So,
and you notice in the inside too, like the brickwork still is like, you can see like all the details still on the brick upstairs and all around the place. That's if those walls could talk, you know.
Yeah, and that facade has changed quite a bit. I mean, the windows are still the same today, But the bay doors there, they've been replaced with windows, and up until recently, there were those brick archways at the entrance of the building. Those were demolished late last year for the Sick Pizza venue right now.
And the steeple even is removed. The library had a steeple at the top.
Yeah.
That's how you knew that was the library in the area.
So that you see Town Hall in the facade, and then 1900. I'm assuming that's when the building was built. So, so the library kept their collection on the second floor of that building, and then, like you said earlier, when the floorboards began to sag, they had to move out.
Yes.
So this home that you see in the top left, that's the Max Weichman house that we were talking about, formerly the Needham Hemingway home. Do you know if Needham Hemingway has a connection to the author Hemingway, Ernest Hemingway?
He does, actually. He does have a connection to Ernest Hemingway. When they came over, the family split in two different directions, and Ernest Hemingway did like vacation up north in Michigan.
Yeah.
But they are related, yes.
So in the research, and I got to give credit, there's an essay that was written by Paul M. Scott in 1976. It's called Orion Since 1818. And it really provides a lot of useful information. You can find it online.
Yeah.
Now that document mentions that Weichman house, or however you pronounce it, was located at the corner of Flint and Lapeer Street. Now, as near as I can figure out, if you compare the two photos, I believe this is the same angle, and the building that you're looking at in the bottom right corner is now the PNC Bank, which originally started out as a Community National Bank. And so when that property was sold, obviously the library had to vacate that. But I believe the two photos you see on the screen are the same angle taken 100 years apart.
Yeah, and there was also the Cow Cancer Center on that same corner too at one point.
Yeah.
The old house.
So after vacating that location, they ended up having, let's see, so the house which was 100 years old at the time that the library had moved in, the Lake Orion Lions Club decorated and furnished a children's room in 1948 with expansion causing the Women's Club to vacate the quarters in the library and then move next door to the old Vincent Brown home, which the club had purchased from the Methodist Church. In 1963, the Lapeer Street property was sold to Community National Bank, and ground was broken in 1964 for the library on M24. That's the building that you see now, and it was fun stumbling onto those photos that you see there that were taken over the years. I don't know if I have the timeline correct in that slide, but I would imagine the top left one was one of the more early photos of the library. And then the top right corner, I like that one because it shows the whole scale of the building and where that entrance is in the center.
And today, that's like the corner of where Corwell Health Urgent Care is at.
Yeah, and Matt Pfeiffer, excuse me, had a big grand opening ribbon cutting ceremony there when he opened up Northern Wholesale Flooring. Which he has since left that building and is currently on Lapeer Road over by Opa's. But those are early images of the library when it was on M24. And as Chase McMunn mentioned earlier, that's a lot of longtime residents here in Lake Orion have fond memories of visiting that library on M24.
Yeah.
And it was, let's see, so it was there until the 80s. And again, they kind of outgrew that particular location. And so the director at the time there was Mary Bazikow. The library's had 7 directors. In 1929, it was Margaret Thompson. She served until 1933. Frances Bachman until 37. Lillian English until 63. Mary Bazikow was there until 81. Linda Sickles came in when they were still operating out of the library you see on the screen, but she kind of oversaw the transition into the current location. And then when she retired in 2012, Karen Knox came in for a number of years, and now we have Chase McMunn.
And Linda has a dedicated room at the library too. The
exactly, the main meeting room. Now, one interesting tidbit, and I only found this out recently, is while the library existed on M24, they opened up a Gingellville branch on Baldwin Road, and I had never heard that before.
Me neither. No.
Yeah, so I posted on Facebook asking if anyone had information, and there's a Gingellville community group page on Facebook, and many, many people responded to my post saying that they had fond memories of going there. Interestingly, it was located in the fire station that was located on Gregory, and so the library branch was there in the fire station. And Mike Flood, who lived in Gingellville and is a current Orion Township trustee, he provided this news article of them raising a flag that was donated to the library at that fire station. And
that's amazing. I never knew that.
Penny Peterson, who I've known a long, long time, she reacted and said, I was the branch manager at that location. So really fascinating to find that out.
Yeah, I did not know that at all.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had their own library. That's amazing.
Yep. So it's operated up until 1989, and and now they since have demolished the fire station that was there, built a brand new one, which is now kind of the administrative offices and fire prevention. So now they have that big, beautiful building on Gregory there now. But at one time, that housed the Gingellville branch. I find that fascinating.
Yeah, it is.
So, and also I should mention that in 1965, the very first meeting of the Friends of the Orion Township Library took place in 1965, and they are instrumental in raising funds for the library and the book sales and all the events that they have.
Upcycling, books, because with the shortage of people just needing books, you can buy books at a really low cost price. And even in like 1967, a few years later, the Friends of the Library started collecting more of the local history. So they participate in local history too, which was great, starting preserving that for us to find and research.
So we mentioned Linda Sickles a moment ago. She was hired as the director in 1980 until January 2012, overseeing construction of the new library on Joslin Road. You can see the photo on the left is the ribbon cutting ceremony that they had to open up the library, and there as it stands today. She retired in 2012, and I was there with my video camera on the very last day that she was on the job when she retired. Unfortunately, sadly, she passed away in 2019 at the age of 72, and they dedicated, like you said, the meeting room to Linda that people can visit now. So I wanted to play this video clip that I shot when she retired, and you get to see former director Linda Sickles.
After 31 years as the director of the Orion Township Public Library, Linda Sickles will be retiring at the end of January. Sickles came to Orion Township from the Rochester Hills Library in 1980. She said during her job interview she envisioned herself being in the position for 5 years. 3 decades later, she's seen the library undergo major changes and face numerous challenges.
The more I was doing and getting involved with the community, the more I liked the people and what was going on here in Orion. There was so much enthusiasm and participation, people so interested in making this such a good community to live in. And so it just never stopped being challenging, never stopped providing opportunities for growth and development. So 31 years later, here we are.
When Sickles was hired, the library was housed in this building on Lapeer Road, where the Michigan Catholic Credit Union now stands. In 1986, Orion residents approved a bond issue and property was purchased from the school district. In February of 1989, the doors opened on a 29,000 square foot facility located on Joslin Road near Clarkston Road. Since then, Sickles has strived to keep the library relevant in the community, trying to avoid the same fate as Borders bookstores or the Troy Library, which teetered on the brink of closure in 2011. The key, she said, was to embrace emerging technology, even offering e-books to readers with Kindles, Nooks, iPads, or similar devices.
As a library, I think we are doing a much better job in trying to incorporate all forms of technology into the way we offer our services. And my personal feeling is that we need to be wherever people are needing information and adapting to how they're accessing information. And that this should be their point of first resort, not last resort. And we have built a computer lab. We got a grant from the federal government for building a computer lab to do teaching and provide added computer support for people. And it's become very popular. We went on the internet in 1995, where we had a full internet access availability to the public. And since that time, our business has been booming. And I think it's because more people are finding out about what we have to offer. We just have to make sure that we're continuing to meet their needs and they're able to access us in the most convenient way possible.
She also told us another key to success is to promote the library as a gathering place where everyone in the community, regardless of income, has access to the most current information and assistance from qualified, well-trained staff.
This is the point at which people gather. There are no qualifications to get in. There's no entrance fee. And you have total access to information. I think that is incredibly important and is the foundation of our government and our way of life. And if you don't have a library, anybody can control the internet, can control your access to information, and it becomes a society of only the people who can afford to buy information can get it. And I think that kind of goes against what we stand for as a democratic republic.
A retirement party is scheduled to take place in the library on Friday, January 27th from 4 to 7 p.m. After retiring, Sickles told us she plans to continue living in Michigan, although she'd like to do some traveling, and ironically, she plans to catch up on some reading.
It's just been a wonderful career. I think that I have spent almost half of my life in this position, and it's been very rewarding and challenging at times, but I think it's just been a delight to serve this community, and I thank them for the support they have given the library and me to be able to do what we do.
From the Orion Township Public Library, this is Joe Johnson reporting for ONTV News.
So, fortunately, like I said, she passed away sometime after that. She wasn't able to attend the kickoff of the 100th anniversary this year. But as Chase mentioned, she wrote a letter and was able to talk about what the library was like 25 years ago. And she greatly missed. She accomplished so much at the library, made it what it is today.
Right.
We're almost out of time. I have another video I wanted to roll in. One of my favorite things that I cover on an annual basis here in Lake Orion is the Battle of the Books. Yeah. Students from all the elementary schools in Lake Orion compete against each other for the title. The video that I'm going to play shows its origins, basically, of when the students were able to meet in the library meeting room.
Yep.
It has since outgrown that meeting room, but I was just blown away when I covered it for the first time and thought, this is a lot of fun. And so the first year that, it began in 1985, the first year that I shot video was 1994, when Pine Tree won the event, and only 6 teams took part, and then it sort of grew after that, and now there's just dozens of teams that compete.
Oh, yeah.
It's interesting to look at this video and think that the kids that are featured in it are now parents of their own.
Yep.
So let's take a look
I
at
do
this
remember.
Battle of the Books from 1994.
On March 12th, 6 teams of 5th graders competed during the 9th annual Battle of the Books at the Orion Township Public Library. Each team had to answer questions related to 10 stories each student were required to read. The team representing Pine Tree Elementary came out on top.
Well, it was very nerve-wracking. It taught me that I can read more books than I usually do.
I've learned that there are different kinds of books, and some of them are better than others, and that just because it's science fiction doesn't mean that a girl can't read it and stuff.
So since then, after covering it that year, St. Joseph's School went on to win the next 3 years in a row. They were a dynasty like the Patriots. and then Orion Oaks took part for the first time in 1997 when it was a brand new school. And then in 1998, they invited homeschooled students to take part for the first time.
Nice.
And now it takes place in the gymnasium at, I think it's Walden Middle School, and it's a lot of fun. The kids wear costumes and
yeah,
have
the
a blast.
themes that they have, they have a blast, and the competition is there for sure.
So that's one of my favorite events. The summer reading kickoff is a lot of fun, where they have a big party out on the property behind the library, and it's great that they're able to utilize that space to kick off their summer reading program.
And they got a lot of things planned for the future too, with some like outdoor. Been looking at the concepting they're doing that they're presenting. Some outdoor seating, some more things for the youth outside to participate in. So not everything has to be inside for a library.
Right, and it's usually beautiful weather out there. Now, after Linda Sickles retired, Karen Knox stepped in on February 6, 2012. She came from Rochester Hills. She ended up leaving. Her last day was August 7th, 2021, which happened to be on the same day as the summer reading finale. So she was able to say her goodbyes at the one big last bash at the library. She became Director of Technology Services at St. Charles City County Library in Missouri. After she left, the library brought in Chase McMunn, and he replaced her in 2022. And it's hard to believe he's been there 4 years already.
I know, time flies, and the things that they've added to the library are just leaps and bounds. And like the tape transition to audio files, the 3D makerspace.
Well, let's talk about makerspace. That's something that, when you're trying to keep the library relevant, what do? You have to offer things other than books. And so they have this room at the library that has a Cricut die cut sort of a thing. They have wood burner,
laser engraver, and
and so you can reserve that space. They have a 3D printer in there, and so you can reserve that space and go in there and make crafts if you don't have that stuff at home.
Yeah, you can do that, and that a lot of it is like you want to learn these skills before it passes you by, because it keeps evolving and evolving, and it's a good skill to have, because there are projects that don't need like a whole thing to send out to get done. You want to make some things, you can do it there.
Let's kind of wrap things up just by talking about the Historical Society's connection to the library. So we mentioned the James Ingram room, where there's some books and artifacts and things like that. I did hear recently that they may be moving that into a different room. But that's a really cool room to visit, and I know the Historical Society's had meetings and presentations in that room.
That's we've done many presentations there, and as of late, we've had to expand and move into the Sickles room, because our presentations are getting bigger and bigger, more attendance, and more guests that are drawing more people, which is great. But the Ingram room, I spend many days, and I'm sure of you, sitting down there going through pictures and going through all news articles. But it's a valuable resource that we have for the past that not many libraries you'd think have a dedicated room just for this, but we do.
Now, I don't want to toot my own horn, but they have, you guys have really interesting presentations there. I was invited to speak on Jimmy Hoffa last year.
You were.
For the anniversary, the 50th anniversary of his disappearance. I really enjoyed that. We were able to show off some artifacts that we have found in Hoffa's house here in Lake Orion. And then just recently, I attended a really interesting presentation. Now, I don't know if it was connected to the Historical Society, but it was a presentation on how to trace the genealogy of your home, how to find when it was built, previous owners, that sort of thing. And that was really fascinating.
Carol's really great, and she's been, she's very like animated with like, this is how you do it. She wants to teach everybody how easy it is to do. But it's amazing when she goes through the process that it's simply not that hard to do, but you just have to have access to the resources.
And it's fun doing the detective work and revealing cool coincidences and things like that. So we recorded that presentation in its entirety. You can see that on ONTV or visit our YouTube channel to watch that. It's really, really fascinating.
And we always love you as our speaker too. So we're going to get you in for more speaking engagements, and we always do our antique low show once a year, which is their people bring in their Lake Orion artifacts and kind of have a guess of what it was for, and some background on it. So we always look forward to that too.
Yeah, so with the library celebrating their 100th year this year, I'll be back in March to do my Jimmy Hoffa presentation again, but they have all kinds of events and presentations planned for 2026.
Yeah.
So visit the library, celebrate 100 years. I know I will. And that'll wrap up our latest Where Living Is a Vacation. Always fun chatting about Lake Orion history with you.
Love taking a part of the day aside and talking about history is awesome. I love doing this with you, Joe.
All right, thanks for stopping by. We are going to throw it back over to Michael Dwyer to give us some updates on what FISH does to help the community and how you can donate. Michael, take it away.
Well, that was a great history segment, and history is so much fun. It was nice to hear Joe and Jimmy talking about it. The library, 100 years old, the genealogy of homes. Boy, the library and homes have a more exciting life than I'm going to have. Where are we at? We've got all kinds of things happening with this food drive, and it's not over. We're close to the end, but it's not over. So there's still time to make a donation. You can donate online and in person. Bring by food, non-perishable items here to ONTV. We're on Joslyn Road, and of course, just down the street, township offices, Township Hall, you can donate there, as well as the Orion Recreation Center over there on Baldwin, formerly the Great Lakes Athletic Club. Those two locations are drop-off inside. You can drop off here in the van. You can make a stop to Costco or Meijer, whatever's convenient. Swing by, drop off food. You know it's going to a good place, the Oxford Orion FISH Pantry. We're looking for canned chicken, canned tuna. You're thinking of that protein that's canned, soups and chilies and stews, stuff that are easy to open, last a long time, sits on the shelf. Canned fruits and pasta as well. And don't forget the potatoes, bagged potatoes, boxed potatoes. Broth is also good. Any non-perishable. And then again, of course, the toiletries and anything that men and women and children might need from the grocery store, like you and I do. We go to the store, we pick up the things that we need on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. These are things that can sit on the pantry shelf and fit to those in need. If you are in a food emergency or you know someone who might be, the number is, write it down, 248-628-3933, or visit oxfordorionfish.org. That's going to give you all the information on how, where, when, and if you're watching live, it's not too late to click on one of those donate buttons, but you may be watching the recording, and that's okay. It's still not too late to donate. So, speaking of donating, we can't get by without our sponsors, and we got one more highlight. We got My Prime Health and Golling Buick in this next sponsor video. Take a look.
On Thursday, December 4th, the Orion Area Chamber of Commerce hosted their annual Impact Awards luncheon at Paint Creek Country Club. Named Entrepreneur of the Year was Sarah Zack, director and founder of My Prime Health, a medical weight loss clinic that opened its doors in September of 2024.
It's just such a huge honor to know that the community is recognizing what we're doing here and the help that we're trying to bring to the citizens of the area.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
My Prime Health!
It's really special. I've worked in the Lake Orion community for a number of years, and we really have something special in this community with the Chamber and the support that they offer local businesses.
My Prime Health is a medical weight loss clinic that opened its doors on September 30th of 2024. Founder and CEO Sarah Zach is a paramedic and former business owner who wants to help those on their weight loss journey. They don't take insurance, but they do offer affordable pricing.
Even if you haven't started your weight loss journey, some people, their doctors are suggesting you need to do something or we're going to put you on all these medications. That would be a great time to come see us, and we have multiple different ways to help you, not just the medications. It's not something that can be done overnight, and even the weight loss injections are not a quick fix. You're still going to have to put the work in, eat the right foods, keep track of yourself, what you're doing, and change the habits so that you can sustain your success in the long term.
Now, you also are supporting our ONTV Food Drive. Why is it important to you to give back to?
Because you never know what's going to happen in someone's life. You know, one day someone could lose their job and need that support. We want to give back to the people that patronize us.
For more information, you can call 248-929-0024 or visit myprimebody.com. Dowling Buick GMC has been serving the Lake Orion community for more than 40 years. We here at ONTV would like to thank them for helping to sponsor our food drive benefiting Oxford Orion Fish. Of course, giving back to the community is not a new concept for the dealership. Dowling Buick GMC hosts several car shows throughout the year, with each one helping a different community organization.
We raise money for various charity groups throughout the year. Each show has a charity. This is the Orion Veterans Memorial down here on Lapeer Road, raising money for that memorial today. And throughout the year we pick different charities and we try to mix it up and keep the money in the community. I can tell you that last year with our shows we raised almost $30,000.
This is a community we all live in, and I live here in Lake Orion as well. And it's the community that supports us and our business. We always want to try and give back as best that we can. I'm blessed as far as having great employees and great customers and all the rest, but it's also a blessing to be in a business that can also be considered your hobby and your fun part of it as well, because I love cars.
And every year, Dowling Buick GMC hosts Lake Orion's biggest party of the year. The who's who of Lake Orion are invited to come out to the Holly Jolly Folly, a massive fundraiser that helps make the Orion Lighted Parade an annual spectacular that old and young alike look forward to every holiday season.
You know what? It's fun. The bottom line is it's fun, and it's really fun to do things in our community, for our community, and this is really what it's all about, right? It becomes grassroots stuff. The community comes together. And it's really great. And we've been through a couple tough years, and this is a celebration coming out of some of that stuff.
I can't thank John Cooper and Gollings enough. They are not only the presenting sponsor of the parade, they also pay for everything here. So it's a great event. I know John Cooper loves to do it, and we love having it here, and the family here at Gollings. I mean, we couldn't have done it without them. I mean, we had our oil change kids, our mechanics, guys in the body shop. We're all here today setting up, tearing down, cleaning up. Can't have enough help from the Italian Gardens. They're doing a great job. So we love it, and we love doing it here at Gollings. So as my Golling cap is, as far as I know, we're going to be doing this for a while.
For more information, visit GollingBuickGMC.com. And again, we'd like to thank them for helping to support the Oxford Orion Fish Food Pantry.
And again, we just can't thank enough the sponsors that have been contributing all week long to help us achieve our totals. Community groups, local businesses really came through. We had several live check presentations here in the studio over the week from the Lions Club, who were here on Tuesday. The VFW made a generous contribution as they adopt shelves at the food pantry. And then, of course, the Rotary Club today.
I want to go to the bank with them and watch them try to run those big checks through that machine that they run checks through.
I think you can do it in the drive-through ATM. You can just put it right in there. But again, the donations from the community have allowed us to surpass what we raised last year. And I think we're just about ready to reveal what our total is, at least at the end of our final day of the food drive. Let's take a look. And so we were over $17,000, 17,326. Am I reading that correctly?
You are reading that correctly. We're just shy of 18,000, which is what I wanted to get to today.
Yeah.
So you can still do it. I know that some of you are watching after this live broadcast, but the GoFundMe's up probably over the weekend. The food locations, we're here through the end of the day. The other two are in person. So, and then we're also a food drop-off year-round.
Yeah.
Right. So of course, we're trying to get it in for the drive. That's the big deal. But if you've missed it, watching this later, you can still donate.
Oh, sure. Yeah, if not through our donate button, you can visit the fish website, oxfordorionfish.org. Yeah, just it's such a great organization to help families in need get food on the table. And I love how the food pantry is set up like your corner store, that a family can go in there with a shopping cart, go up and down the aisles and fill their shopping cart with whatever it is they need, and help them get through tough times.
Yeah, in the middle of winter, it's a tough time. You know me, I enjoy skiing and getting outside in the winter. There's a lot of fun activities here in Michigan. For some people, this is a little extra tough because winter's still around for 6 more weeks, I hear.
That's what the groundhog says.
Yeah. And so, make those donations, visit the pantry, and the sponsors, to thank them enough. If there's one of the sponsors that you've seen that you patronize, next time you're in, thank them. Thank them for being part of the food drive.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as a thank you for donating to our food drive, we want to promote those businesses, those organizations. So that's why we do the videos that you've seen. That's why we do the interviews here in the studio, is we want the community to know that these organizations, these businesses are giving back to the community. They're not just thinking about the bottom line or whatever. They want to be part of the community and help make Lake Orion the special place that it is.
And I think we gotta pat you on the back too, and all the people here at ONTV. I'm a volunteer, but we've got a staff here that have worked many hours to make this happen. And it's just an example of how the community comes together. You're talking about the sponsors in the community, the nonprofits that have brought big checks, as well as the food pantry, also a nonprofit who serves a need. All of these connections come together, and we've been the catalyst this week, and we're happy to do it.
Yeah, I don't think people realize that the conversations begin before Christmas. We kind of start getting the ball rolling before Christmas as we start to gear up for the food drive. So there's a lot of preparation that goes into it, reaching out to people and reminding them that this is coming up, and creating the videos that you see and the graphics and all of that stuff. There's an awful lot of preparation that goes into this before the very first day. And what a lot of people might not realize is that before Monday, when we officially launch our food drive, there's already a significant amount of donations that have come in before we go live on Monday. So it's really exciting that we ramp up into Monday, and then we have fun during the week with our music and interviews and things like that all throughout the week. It's a lot of fun. It really is.
It is a lot of fun, and it's great to be a part of it. It's live. We're watching Ian play guitar was fun yesterday.
That's awesome. Yeah, they
you know,
were great.
So it shows the human side of all the people that are putting this together, all for something that's good, and that's just wonderful.
Yeah. So what happens now? Well, we're going to box up and put all this food that has been donated, the physical donations, that's going to get all loaded up into our van. And at some point, we're going to deliver that to the Fish Food Pantry in Oxford. They are located on Lapeer Road next to Italia Gardens and near Drainer over there. So the food's going to get delivered over there. The money will get delivered. And I love seeing the reactions of
of the volunteers and the board members that are there that greet us to help unload the stuff. When they see the totals that we've gathered over this past week, they're blown away.
Now, I know it changes year to year, but do we have any idea of what the impact of this food drive is for them? Like, how many weeks does it push them into the future for getting by?
Yeah, you're catching me off guard, but it's a significant amount, obviously. And like I said, the reason we picked this time of the year is it helps stock the shelves up until the post office food drive. They call that the Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive, which is in May, and that's a really great effort too, where you're encouraged to place bagged food items at your mailbox, and the mail carriers will collect those bags and bring them back to the post office, and then fish trucks roll up and pick those up as well, and that's a significant amount that they collect. So that'll get them through the post office food drive, and we're happy to help.
So thanks everybody for tuning in this week. Donate often, and we'll see you again next year for the food drive, which will be the 17th annual.
Yes, and thanks for your donations and helping us break our previous record. It's really, really appreciated, and thanks for your support, and we'll see you again soon.